don't know, am I cold enough for this? You know what, I'm just going to have it around my arms because my arms are chilly but my body is not. So I'm just going to look really weird with some granny arms. Don't know. Anyway, hello, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I am Molly. I make videos about my life, being self-employed, being a full-time artist and streamer and stuff, and also I am currently in the process of trying to move to New York. This is a video I've been meaning to make for a while. It has been on my to-do list for a while, and it is how to stay sort of motivated, organised, productive, replace with any word you fancy, whilst self-employed or working from home, any of that kind of stuff. And I don't know if it will be helpful given everything going on or just really annoying, because I'm sure a lot of these kind of videos have come out around this time, but it's been on my to-do list for a while, so why not now? I have been self-employed now for about a year and a half-ish. I worked in London full-time beforehand and did art and streaming simultaneously with my full-time job. I was lucky enough that I was able to leave it and do this and work on this. I've always been very organised. Even as like a kid in school, I was very into organisation and stationery, and I've sort of carried those skills, quote unquote skills, into being self-employed. So hopefully some of these tips will help you. That's the idea of it. If not, feel free to hit the dislike button. I will understand. In essence, my jobs boil down to doing a lot of different little things. So there's video editing, there's streaming, there's content creation, there's doing mini photo shoots for Instagram and other things like that, taking photos to update my art portfolios, and just doing any little jobs that I get here, there and everywhere. So because of all these little mini jobs, subcategories, I plan a lot in advance and I write a lot of stuff down, because I always have a lot of stuff going on at once. It's never just one thing, work on that, get it done. It's a lot of little things, so I find it easier to just write a lot of stuff down. So I have two ways of making sure I get stuff done and making sure stuff doesn't get on top of me or that I forget anything. And these two ways completely depend on the size of a project, or how long I'm giving myself on a project, or how long I have got on a project. So the first way is I will just spend an entire week working on one thing. I will set an entire week aside and just be like, this week is dedicated to that thing, whether it be editing a video, getting an art commission done, doing admin for stream, anything like that. I'll just be like, okay, this week is dedicated to that. And that does help when I have larger size projects or something I want to spend a little bit more time on. It means that I'm not getting distracted, or I'm not forgetting to do something, and I don't sort of break a workflow. I think it's very important when you're doing self-motivated work, such as being self-employed or just working on projects and stuff, to have a workflow, so you're not just doing one thing for 10 minutes, doing another thing for 2 hours, doing another thing for 10 hours. Obviously, it's good to take breaks, just having a flow so you can continue this creative train of thought or organised train of thought, or not get interrupted. I just think it's important. So putting a week aside helps me, and just dedicating an entire week to something is really handy. And it means I get stuff done a lot quicker than jumping about, which I tend to do a lot. The second way I get stuff done is when I have a lot of little projects, that was hard to say, a lot of little projects to do in a short space of time. And it is, I have two different to-do lists at any one time. I always have two, never more, never less. I have two to-do lists always. And one is I have a long-term to-do list of projects that need to get done eventually, of stuff that I need to do eventually, of things that need to be done within the next year. So very long term. And I have my short-term to-do list, which is either planned out on a weekly or daily basis. The long-term to-do list basically helps me keep track of all the projects that I want or need to do and don't forget about, or don't just sit in my brain giving me anxiety. But it also takes off this added pressure of I have all these things that I want or need to get done. When am I going to do them? So it's just nice to have that long-term to-do list there to be like, it's there, I will get it done because it's on the list. It just doesn't have to be right this second. And to go hand in hand with that, my short-term daily/weekly to-do list helps me get these long-term projects done by breaking down the tasks day by day to make sure that that shit gets done, basically. I feel that to-do lists are talked about a lot, and I think people sometimes see them as useless because you're wasting time doing a to-do list. Same with the bullet journal. I don't personally bullet journal, but I find that they can be very helpful because although you waste time doing them, A, they hold you accountable for getting stuff done. B, you have this visual representation of getting stuff done. You see it there, you can either cross it out or you can tick it off or you can highlight it or anything. You have that visual guide to show you what needs to get done, what you have done, and it's like a nice little sigh of relief when you can cross something off. Obviously, these methods won't be for everyone. I personally love doing it this way and have it done my to-do list this way for years because I find it holds me accountable. It sets out in front of me the goals I want to achieve, but isn't overwhelming because it's just this big list of stuff that I have to get done. It's broken down into daily or weekly chunks so that I can see stuff is getting done even if I'm not ticking off this big long giant to-do list. I can see that I am making progress towards getting the long-term to-do list done. So that's why I like that system. And I mentioned bullet journals because although I don't do them, I think they are super helpful. To-do lists don't have to be boring. They don't have to be just a giant notepad list of shit that needs to be done. It can be colourful, you can add stickers, you could add drawing, you could art journal it, any of that kind of stuff. It can be a mindful activity in itself, making your to-do list. I truly admire people that have the patience for bullet journaling because I think they look really satisfying. It's a really nice mindful activity to do whilst staying organised, and I wish that I had the patience for it, but I just don't. I am not that kind of person, I wish I was. So if that's more your speed, if you would rather make it artsy, I will leave some suggestions below for bullet journaling YouTubers that I watch or Instagrams, and maybe that's going to be more your speed. So that's how I stay organised. However, how you stay motivated to get these things done is a very personal thing, so I can only give you my personal advice, but it's obviously going to be very different for every person. Although it keeps me organised, my long-term to-do list is also a way that I stay motivated. It is this big, long list of projects that I want to do or need to get done, and it won't get done unless I put the work in. And obviously, motivation can vary hugely. If I'm in a good headspace, I can get like 20 things ticked off my to-do list in a day. However, if I'm in a bad headspace, I maybe get 2 things done. And it is such a personal thing, and I don't want this video to be like, look at how motivated I am, I get so much done in a day, because some days I don't, and I think people need to be more gentle with themselves in this society of productivity equaling value. Don't take this advice as I am coming to you saying, look at how much I get done, you should be as productive as me. I'm just trying to offer up how stuff can be done, how you can stay organised, because I love that shit, honestly. And obviously, personally, I have the motivator of being self-employed. So if I do not work, my bills probably will not get paid. So I obviously have that added motivation for me. If you are just watching this video to try and motivate yourself, maybe there's something else that you could find to motivate you to get stuff done. Maybe it's that you really want to get some projects done that you've been putting off for a while. Maybe it's that you really want to just get more little tasks done in the day. So I think it's just important to find the thing that motivates you and keep that in mind when you are making a to-do list, when you're looking at it and trying to tick stuff off. And again, be gentle with yourself if you're not getting as much done in a day as you would like. I definitely used to put too much on a daily to-do list and then beat myself up completely if I didn't get it all done, which then will put me in a bad headspace for the next day, and then I would get less stuff done again. So try and alter your to-do list depending on what mood you're in, where you're at mentally. Just try and see what works best for you. There is no one way of getting shit done. So for me, it is that I want to get stuff done because I want these projects done, I want to be able to pay my bills, and I like being able to visually cross stuff off my to-do list. It is very satisfying. When you find your motivator, hopefully that'll help tick some stuff off your to-do list, and or in your bullet journal, or in your anything, your calendar, whatever you're using. So thank you for watching this. Hopefully it helped a little bit, and hopefully it gave you an insight into how I organize myself and get shit done. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any advice for me or any questions about staying organized or motivated or any of that, leave them in a comment below. I will try my best to answer them. And also let me know what stuff you're working on right now, whatever it may be. Thank you again. I'm going to do the obligatory gross if you liked this video or like the idea of any of my upcoming videos I mentioned at the beginning. Please give it a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. And also all my social media is linked below, so give that a follow if you fancy. And also, as I mentioned, I am a streamer. I stream on Twitch 6 times a week, so come hang out there if you fancy. We play games, or we just have a chat, or we do art streams every Sunday, and we basically just chat a lot of crap. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again, and have a really nice day. Stay safe, look after yourself, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!